Right, good morning, Grayton. I think Afrina was asking me a particular question on the literary devices, the rhyme scheme. Yeah, rhyme scheme on Amanda. Right. If you look at the rhyme scheme, you go to page 61, Amanda. It says the last line of the first stanza. If you look at it, Amanda, the last word. The second line, Amanda. So A. Third line straight, that will be B, does not rhyme with Amanda. And again it says the last line just has one word, Amanda. So it is A, straight is B, and again Amanda, so A. So B, A. And if you look at the next one, the next stanza, it is Amanda speaking. Wherever the mother speaks, it's A. When Amanda is speaking, yeah, there she says there is a languid emerald sky. C, sorry. There you have see, me, blissfully. So it's the same, sound. So you have C, because they do not write with Amanda or straight. Okay. So the first stanza is A, and the second stanza is C. It's the same pattern throughout. All right. And if you look at it, I've already told you what assonance is. I've already told you metaphor. Here there's a metaphor. If you look at it, it goes like this: the emerald sea referring to the green color. Then there's a reference to the mermaid. It's just a reference, okay, just a reference. There's no detailed description, just a reference made about a mermaid. So that is called allusion. When you refer to something, okay, just point out casually to something. You don't go into details. That's called allusion. Allusion. So that is it. Then you have the vowel sounds. Don't bite your nails. Don't hunch. Okay, so that's assonance. Repetition there of the vowel sound. O, don't. Okay, and then you have again. Amanda, repeated repetition. Then you have stop that slouching and sit up straight, sir sound repeated. That is, alliteration. The sound being said again. Stop, slouching, sit straight. That is alliteration. So I hope you understood that one. And today I thought I'd go on with glimpses of the past. Actually, past in the sense you naturally know when you talk about the past of India, you see so many different people coming in, invading our country, ruling over different parts of our country. You see the Mughals, the Persians, you see the French people, you see the Portuguese, you see the Britishers who came and stayed on. They came to trade, but they stayed on. So when you look at the past, you have a lot to think about. Yeah, it's just a glimpse, just a quick glance at the past. So this particular lesson is divided into three different parts. One is about a baker, which we are going to do now, a baker from Goa. And it's written by Lucy Rodriguez. The second one is Kurg, about written by Lokesh Abrol. And the third one is Steve from Assam, Arup Kumar, Datta. So we are going to have this done today in detail. A baker from Goa. So now when you look at it, Goan community, Goa is known for its fun, it's known for its frolic, it's known for partying, even in the Tamil movies when they say Goa, it's only known for fun, right? So people go there, enjoy themselves. I think the best time to visit Goa would be during December. Okay, where probably they say there's a lot of, it's very eventful. There's a lot of activity there, and the Goan community is, it's like Pondicherry, some a separate territory there, and you see that the Goans were actually, they are influenced by the Portuguese, while Pondicherry is influenced by the French people. All right. Now, why does all this happen? Why are they still depending on these kind of people? Right. Pondicherry, you have a lot of French people coming in there. So like that, in Goa, you see a lot of foreigners walking into Goa, and you would have watched that movie also. Where they say you go to Goa, you see a lot of foreigners, French people, a lot of people. For that matter, it's a mingled community that you see in Goa, usually known for tourism as well. So here we are going to focus on baker, a baker from Goa. Now, who is a baker? A person who bakes. Okay, so what do you bake? You bake cakes. You bake a lot of different food items. You can bake a pizza. You can bake lasagna. There are different dishes. So here, when you look at India, our main staple food, if you look at it, is rice. So where does this influence of baking come from? If you look at the Arab community, when I stayed abroad, they had something called the khubus. Okay, it's like a chapati, but they do not use yeast in it. They do not ferment their dough with yeast. And this is one thick solid one, but very cheap. And most of the Afghan people, the Pakistanis, go by, they eat about 5 to 10 at a time, but we Indians won't be able to go through even 2 at a time. Okay, so different places are known for different food items. The menu varies, right? The staple food varies from place to place and nation to nation. So now here we are going to talk about how the bakers came into Goa, how Goan community got into eating bread and other baked items. A bakery, a place where things are baked and sold. When we go to the bakery here, especially, we think of a tea, we think of a coffee, or we think of a puff. Okay, bakery usually known for bread and its related items. So now here we are going to look. We are going to give a glimpse. We are going to catch a glimpse of or a small view of the baker or a baker from Goa. So why should we concentrate on a baker? What is so important that we should talk about a baker, and especially from Goa? So that itself shows that there is something important about this person in this community, and how important he is. This is what we're going to see in this particular part from Glimpses of the Past. Okay, in 8th standard also you have done Glimpses of the Past. They've touched on 1850. The beginning of 1850 is the beginning of the Indian independence struggle. You've seen. So they've given you a lot of different, portions of history in your 8th standard text. So that is also called the glimpses of the past. Here we are going to have it, but not about the Indian independence. It is about different parts of India. You can see, this is Goa. The next one is Coorg. You know what Coorg, right? Coorg is supposed to be a very beautiful place, and very beautiful people come from Coorg. Aishwarya Rai is a Coorgi. And then a tea from Assam. We're talking about Assam. So we are going to concentrate here not on the Indian independence movement like we did in the 8th standard text. It's a lesson. It is about different parts of India and different people or things that played a major role in India, and how that is still being carried over in the present. So let's go on. We are going to do a baker from Goa. This is a pen portrait. Portrait, is a sketch. So here pen portrait, a writing, a written sketch of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society. So not only did he play an important role in the past, it is still continuing. So he still is he's a very prominent, very important person in the Goan community. And why is he so? That's what we're going to read and find out. So our elders are often heard reminiscing, nostalgic, thinking about the past, reminiscing nostalgically, thinking of the past here, about those good old Portuguese days. Good old Portuguese days when the Portuguese walked in and they probably stayed in Goa, right? So here, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. So Portuguese were known for their famous loaves of bread. Bread was very important to the Portuguese. So that's how you see Goan community, since they were, influenced by the Portuguese, they still feel bread is very important in their community. So here, those eaters of loaves might have vanished. Who are those eaters of loaves? The Portuguese. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, disappeared, but the makers are still there. So they have left, but those people who make those loaves are still there. Probably they came in and they taught Indians to continue, to bake things, and there are people who still continue that tradition of baking. So there are people who still make, bread. They bake bread loaves. So we still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. The dough, the flour, it's made of maida, or sometimes it's made of wheat. It's mentioned wheat bread. So that particular it's in the form of flour, right? Powder. So that has to be mixed, with a lot of yeast and different things to make the bread soft. So it has to be mixed. So those people who know to mix, they are still there. And the molders, the ones who, the bread has to get that shape. So it's put into small containers, which are called molds. How they get that shape? They mold it in the dough into that shape. So the molders are still there, and those who bake the loaves. And so they have these people who know how much of, what temperature is required to bake the bread, and you have these traditional ovens on that. Fine. Nowadays we have a microwave. We have these containers which are sold, silicon ones, different, people have come up as technology is improving, as science teaches you so many different things, even the menu keeps changing, and cooking, in fact, has become a very easy task these days. You have mixers, you don't have to mix with your hand. You just have to put that particular machine inside and just switch it on, and there we have the beater, the mixer. If you want a huge quantity, you can see it in our kitchen, in the school, in our school, where they make the chapati dough. They have that big container, then they have that the iron rods, kind of and like what to say, a particular like looks like a flower, right? A kind of like it acts as handles, and when they switch it on, that goes round and round, and the particular container down has the flour, the other things there, and it keeps moving, and it keeps, like your hand, the movement goes with those iron rods, and then finally you have this particular dough. At home, you must have seen mommy, mixing, and getting it into a ball like that, and then she takes a small little balls, and then she has to make the chapatis or the puris. But in school, you can see everything is, there are machines for everything. So everything has become very easy. So coming back to our lesson, here it says that the people who make these, loaves of bread still there. Are still found in Goa. While the Portuguese who brought this, introduced this particular bread into the community, they have left, but these people who don't make it are still there. Those age-old, time-tested furnaces still exist. I told you, you have the microwave oven, you have the ovens, you have the range of machinery which makes work easy. But those days they probably had a particular closed-in place, and they had coal everywhere. They used to heat up the place. It acted like an oven, like an, if you have these bakery, old time bakers, they used to use that. Now we have ovens and stuff like that. You have you have those huge things. You just have to set your timer, open it, put your stuff inside, close it, and wait for the timer to go off for you to open the particular oven and take out your baked item. But those days, it was the old type of furnace. It is like a small little den. It's like that, like a glue, right? And they have, all these sides are all full of, coal and stuff. And, you cannot put your hand into this place. They send a huge long spoon kind of thing with the whatever you want, and they place it inside because it's very hot. And in the same way, they have to push that thing under the plate and pull it out. Otherwise, you get burnt. So those age-old, traditional ovens there are still found in Goa even today. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. So they continue using that. The thud and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo, heralding his arrival in the morning, can still be heard in some places. The thud, thump, 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 that noise, the thud and jingle. Probably he had this bamboo and there was some, bells or something. So when you say thud, thud, that makes a jingling noise. The bells make the noise. So this shows that the baker is coming. Heralds announces or makes a big noise and tells the people around that here comes the baker. Nowadays we have people coming around. In the olden days when I was a small little child, I used to hear people screaming out what they used to sell. Like if they want to show you that they are selling kunde, they go kunde, kunde. You hear people shouting. But nowadays, even that has changed. They record their stuff on the tape recorder, they switch on, and they keep walking around the whole place, and you keep hearing the repeated, the announcements like what they are selling and stuff like that. But this particular baker had his bamboo stick with a little bit of bells, at the end. And so when he went, placing it, with a thud on the ground, the bells would announce or would tell, the thud and the bell noise would say that the baker was there to sell his stuff. So even today, people hear that, okay, the tradition has not been lost. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. So it's being handed down, okay, as a tradition. It's a family profession. It's very common these days. If you look at it also, probably now it has changed. But those days, if the father and the mother are doctors, the son or the daughter has to become a doctor. If the father and the mother are engineers, the son and the or the daughter has to become an engineer or the lawyer, whatever it is. So that is people think that is their family profession. So now it has been happening even in the bakers community. The profession being passed on from generation to generation. These bakers are even today known as padder in Goa. Like, a name for a baker, padder in Goa. During our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least twice a day. Friend, companion, and guide. He was a very, a very famous person because probably he came, and visited them because he had to sell his stuff. He came twice a day, so he was well known in that area. So once when he set out in the morning on his selling ground, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. So see, he's saying they come at least twice a day. Once is when he set out in the morning, he's got all his things, his bread in the basket, and he goes around. That's once. And then again, the second time is when he returned after emptying his huge basket. He sells it off and he comes back. All right. Now, he returned after emptying his huge basket. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Why? Why do you go running to meet and greet him? Because you want to buy bread. You need bread too. And that probably was one of the favorite items there for breakfast or a meal during the day. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Why was it so? Was it for the love of the loaf? Was it because we loved bread? So he says it's not at all. It's not because we love the bread, but see, let's see. The loaves were bought by some Paskin or Bastin, the maid servant of the house. So the person who worked only went and bought it. So why did all these people in their childhood days, why did the author in his childhood days run? Why did the children run? Okay. It's of course to buy the bread, but children were not involved in buying the bread. The servants who worked in the house bought the bread, okay, for the family, for the household. But now, why did the children also run out? This is the question. What we longed for were those bread bangles, which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special make. Children are all attracted to, food which is very, very colorful, of different shapes, attractive things, So, bread bangles, you must be knowing something called the donut. Right, a bread which is baked and with a hole in the center, and sometimes it's sweet. I think Something similar to that is what is being spoken here. So he says the children usually rushed out not to buy the bread. They went to buy bread bangles. Probably they put it on their hand and they played. So that is what probably would have attracted the attention of the children. All right. So these children ran not to buy the bread. The maids or the people in the house who worked in the house bought that, took care of that part. But these children, they were more attracted to the bread bangles. The baker, and it was sweet. So that is a very important thing. Usually children like sweet stuff. So when you look at, go on to the next paragraph, the baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jung, jung sound of his specially made bamboo staff. Staff is a particular, like, the shepherds have a staff, the pole that they hold in their hand, a piece of wooden log that they hold in their hand. Sometimes you see these people beside also the old people use it like a walking stick as well. Usually the shepherds are known to have a staff, okay, something like that, because they hold a piece of stick or something like this, right? And this particular baker, he had a staff in his hand and he had this bells, and whenever he walked, he placed the staff on the ground, it made this jingling noise for the sounds of the bells. And when you talk about jingling, when you talk about chiming, these are all, sounds, the words which refer to sounds. And this is a particular literary device. It is called onomatopoeia. All right. So that's just for you to keep in mind. Now, when we go on, let's read through. Now, the baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jang, jang sound of his freshly made bamboo staff. Again, words which express sound, which refer to sound, is nothing but onomatopoeia. I will go into details when we do it in the poetry part. All right. So now, just you remember this. Words which refer to sounds are come under the literary device called onomatopoeia. Now, here, one hand supported the basket on his head and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. Okay, so the baker held, one hand was holding the basket on his head and the other with all the bread and stuff, and the other hand had this bamboo, right? Now, one hand supported the basket on his head and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket. Somehow I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. Loaves for the elders and bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? And why was it necessary at all? The toothbrush. And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea would wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. So the author is talking about his childhood days. So he says, see, this man would come and he would place the basket, on a particular bamboo, vertical bamboo, like a platform where he had his basket, and then all the elders would mildly rebuke, shout at the children, move away, we want to buy bread. So these children had to move, but they were so curious about what was in the basket, and they wanted to know about the bread bangles, which was particularly meant for the children because it was sweet stuff. So they would climb up a parapet or a small door or something, and look into the basket, have a quick look. And he says, children were not bothered about brushing their teeth, and they in Tamil Nadu, we usually people used to use the neem, the twig, and they used to brush their teeth. But here he's talking about the mango. He says mango, mango leaf for the toothbrush. So he says, who will take the trouble of going and getting the mango leaf? Yeah, we are so excited about the bread. Why should we even use a brush? Why was there any need? And why should we even gargle our mouth before we eat anything? Anyway, we're going to drink tea, and that hot thing is more than enough to clean up our mouth. So why should we take the trouble of brushing? Why should there be anything called a toothbrush? We don't have to worry about it. That's what he's saying. So I want you to tell me who a pada is. Okay, and uh, I want you to also tell me about what announces his arrival. All right. Now let's go on. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl, just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. So see how important the loaves of bread or the different kinds of bread, how important they are to the Goan community. So he says, see, marriage gifts. When you give a gift during the marriage to the girl or to the family that the girl is going to, they have to make holes. That is a sweet bread. And then he says, a party or a feast must have in its menu bread. Okay, loaves of bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. So we can go on talking about the importance of a baker. There is no limit as to how important he is. You can imagine the baker played such an important role in the Goan community, in every village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion. Look at the spelling, it's double C, singular S for occasion. So, on the occasion of her daughter's sandwiches, daughters, apostrophe S, daughter's engagement. See, so she had to make sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. So, the mother had to make sandwiches, out of bread for her daughter's engagement. It plays a very important role during that particular time, during the engagement of the daughter. The mother has to make sandwiches. And cakes and bolinhas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. So cakes, whenever you think of cake, you think of your birthday party, you think of a New Year. There in Goa, it was not only for Christmas but also for other festivals. Whatever festival, there has to be cakes and bolinhas. So thus the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. So everything is very important. Bread, sweet bread, bolinhas, sandwiches, everything, somehow or the other is very important in their day-to-day life and during occasions. So this particular baker is a very important person in the village. Probably they cannot do without him. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress. Now he's describing the baker that he saw during his childhood days the past. Right. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar, very strange dress known as the khabai. It was a single piece, long frock reaching down to the knees. In our childhood days, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full-length ones. See, now he's talking about the olden days. First, even before his childhood days, he's saying those days, the olden days, they used a khabai. Now, what is a khabai? A single piece, long frock, not just one long frock, like your chudidar top, like that, one full long top, and reaches down to the knees, right up to your knee. Okay, this is the khabai. Now, then he's talking about his childhood days. In his childhood days, he saw bakers wearing a shirt. Yeah, we know what shirts are, and trousers which were shorter than full-length ones. 3/4. Nowadays 3/4 has become very, very, very famous among boys. At home, people wear 3/4. Those days, in my childhood days, I used to see people at home wearing short pants. But nowadays, boys are so, funny, I should say, because they think the thighs are same. Yeah? They become very conscious more than the girls are, So they wear 3/4, not full pants, a little shorter than the full pants. So he saw the bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants, so 3/4. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a padder. So beware, if you go to and wear 3/4, they will say, they'll get reminded of the baker when they see you with that. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. So it was like having an account with the baker. They did not have to pay every day. They paid only at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. So probably every corner of each house had a place for accounts. Okay, what they bought, when they bought, how much they bought for. All right. So, baking was indeed a profitable profession in old days. This is an important question. They ask you why was it a profitable profession. The baker and his family never starved. Please underline these. These are repeated, this part is repeatedly asked in your board paper. So, the baker and his family never starved. They did not go hungry at all. They did not have lack of food. Why? One is they themselves are bakers. Another one is they are the most important people in the village, which means they made a good business, profitable business. He and his family, the baker and his family and his servants, even the servants, always looked happy and prosperous. They were very prosperous, very rich. They had a lot of money with them. Their plump physique, the body, the appearance. Plump is fat, okay, physique, the appearance, the body. Physique, was an open testimony to this testimony, a witness. When you look at a person itself, the way he is short, bumpy, physique, nice, fat person, you know, the baker, when he looks like that itself, he's got good food to eat and he looks very happy. So there's no lack of money at home. There's nothing, no problem at home when it comes to finance. So when you look at him itself and his family and his servants itself, you would say they're very happy people and they look very strong and healthy, must be eating all the time, so they're nice and plump. So their plump physique was an open testimony witness to this. Even today, any person with a jackfruit-like physical appearance, jackfruit, you know how jackfruit's round, okay, big and round. So, like physical appearance, so anybody who look like a jackfruit, a round person, okay, is easily compared to a baker. Now, that is again a reference. That whole last paragraph is a very important, is very important because uh, this invites a lot of questions. They can ask you jackfruit-like appearance, elucidate, or why is a baker called? Anybody who looks like a jackfruit, is called a baker. Why? Or they can ask you. Why was it a profitable profession? Why did the baker and his family, look very, happy all the time, prosperous? How and what was the role of the baker in growing villages? All these are questions which are repeatedly asked. So that is it, children. It's a very simple, a part of this particular lesson. If you can read it on your own itself, you'll understand. I don't even have to explain to you. So if you can read it, on, after you listen to this class, read it again. In fact, for all the lessons, I expect you to do that. So please make sure you give me the answers for these questions. And if there is any doubt to be clarified, I will do so when I do my next video. Thank you.